Sometimes the biggest lessons come from the simplest places. In today's explainer, we're going to do something a little different. We're taking a children's story, The Friendship Tree, and we're going to deconstruct it. Because really, it's not just a cute story. It's a perfect case study in teamwork, strategy, and how to solve problems together. So let's get right into it.
Okay, so this one line right here, this is pretty much the core idea of the whole thing. When friends stick together, they can solve any problem. And yeah, it sounds simple, right? But the secret sauce here isn't that they stick together. It's how they do it. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack. All right, so let's set the stage. Every good story starts with a problem. And this one is a classic. You've got a really clear goal, something everyone wants, but there's a huge obstacle in the way. An obstacle that's just too big for any one person to handle on their own. And here are our players. Check this out. This is not a team of superstars who are all the same. It's a real mixed bag. You've got Honeybum, the kind one, sort of the heart of the group. Then there's Niblet, who's small but totally fearless. Rumble is just a ball of energy. And then you have Mopey. Yeah, he's a bit of a downer, but his superpower? Loyalty. You're going to want to remember these traits, because they are absolutely key to what happens next. And what's the big prize? A pot of honey. Simple enough, but let's be real. For what we're talking about today, this honey is more than just a snack. It's a metaphor, right? Think of it as that big project at work, that breakthrough you're chasing, or, that championship trophy. It's any big, awesome goal that's just a little too high up to grab.
So what's the first thing they do? Well, what do most of us do? You know how it is. You try to solve it yourself, using your go-to move, your signature strength. And this story shows us, crystal clear, why that approach usually doesn't work out. Let's watch what happens.
So first up to the plate is Niblet. He's the brave one, right? So he just charges straight at the tree, trying to climb, and nope, he slips. See? Being brave is awesome, but it doesn't beat gravity. So next, Rumble gives it a shot. He's all energy, so he tries to bounce his way up, and he just goes flying everywhere, completely missing the mark. The takeaway here is so important. Just throwing your one big strength at a problem, even if it's a great strength, isn't enough when things get complicated. Okay, so after everyone fails on their own, we get to the most important part of the entire story. This is the turning point. It's the moment where the strategy completely changes. It's the shift from thinking, I can do this, to maybe we can do this. And honestly, this is where the real magic begins. And get this, who comes up with this game-changing idea? It's Mopey. The quiet, kind of gloomy, but super loyal donkey. I just love this part. The big aha moment doesn't come from the loud leader or the flashy hero. It comes from the one who's been quietly watching the whole time. That one sentence, it's the spark that changes absolutely everything. So they're all in, they're going to work together. But what happens next is not just a messy dog pile of friends hoping for the best. No. What they build is a brilliant, strategic structure. We're calling it the Friend Tower. And now we're going to break it down step by step. Just look at how this thing is built. It's like a masterclass in teamwork. It is not random. Step 1, Mopey, the loyal donkey, becomes the base. He's the steady foundation. Then, on top of him, Rumble. All that chaotic energy is now focused into being the strong second level. Then, Niblet. Small, brave, he scampers up to become the agile third level. And who gets to the top? Honeybum, the one who wanted the honey in the first place. He climbs this living tower and grabs the prize. See? Every single part was necessary. So let's boil this down to the core principles. This is teamwork at its absolute best. Their strengths weren't just added together, they were combined to create something totally new and way more powerful. Loyalty wasn't just a feeling anymore, it was the foundation. Energy wasn't just bouncing around, it was the structure. And bravery wasn't just a solo act, it was the final nimble climb. The team literally became one single perfect machine. So they did it. They got the honey. Mission accomplished, right? Well, yeah, but if we stop there, we miss the biggest lesson of all.
Because the real win, the true reward, it was never really about the honey. Think about it. The victory wasn't just getting the honey, it was sharing it. The very first thing Honeybum does is pass it around for everyone. And that one simple act, it proves everything. The goal was never just some prize for one person. The real reward was the journey, figuring it out together, pulling it off, and becoming a stronger team because of it. The honey just became the delicious symbol of that shared win.
So, to tie this all up into a nice, neat package we can all use, let's give it a name: the Friendship Tree Principle. And here's what it is, plain and simple. A team's success doesn't just come from having talented people. It comes from strategically putting each person in the one role that only they can do best. It's all about getting the right person in the right spot at the exact right moment.
And that brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Think about your own life for a second, your own big goals, your own personal pot of honey that's just out of reach. Who is on your team? Who is your loyal, steady foundation? Who brings that unstoppable energy? Who's the agile one that can make that final climb? To put it simply, who makes up your friendship tree?